Hi, how are you? It's Ching. Today's lesson is about breath work. So you see this symbol again. It's the yin yang symbol. I love to use it for the wellness, for exercise. Now we're gonna, apply into breath work. So basically, this yin yang symbol has three parts. Okay, for wellness. Okay, so we talked about breathing, nutrition, exercise. So you can live well for the rest of your life, right? So you understand, but keep cultivating, keep learning better and better. So you can also use that for exercise, which I talk about with another lesson about posture and actually the principle of the yin yang symbol. Now, we're going to apply into breath work. It's very easy, right? Breath work. Breathing consists what? Inhale and exhale. Inhale is nourish, okay? So that give the oxygen, right? Give us a life. And exhale is expand and also kind of waist goes out a little bit. So sometimes you anger, you go, ha, right? You go on the exhale. And then if you're quiet, you go the inhale, so it's deeper. You get colder. Anyway, so inhale is this, exhale is that, but you keep moving. So the next breath come in and keep breathing. So during the day, you're having lunch and you're sleeping, you're talking to a friend like I'm talking to you, my body knows how to do inhale, exhale. So everything's harmonized together. This is how amazing this body is. So now, inhale, exhale, and move to the next breath. So that's the three principles. But how does that relate to us in the physical body? So I'm going to bring Samantha in. Okay, so we're going to recognize what's a natural breathing, how our body naturally breathing as we, working, right? Or you're a chef, no matter what occupation you have, right? You're moving the body, but your breath never left you. So nice. So let's get to know a little bit. So of course, there are three parts, right? So you breathe through the nose. The nose is equipped to breathing, not your mouth, okay? So you know how it is, right? You got hair, you have mucus goes in, so you kind of stop the antigen and the particles and should not go in, okay? So that's, you breathe the air through the nose into your lung. So that's the first part. The second part is the diaphragm. So my hands right here. Diaphragm is underneath the lung, right? Remember, this lines mean diaphragm. So our body divided two parts. Upper level energy is oxygen, lower is your food. We're not going to talk about that today. So on the inhale, the diaphragm is actually going down. Exhale, diaphragm goes up. So why? Goes down to draw the air into the side and back of rib. So you breathe deeply, okay? Exhale, diaphragm goes up, help you to push the carbon dioxide out. So those are two parts, lung and diaphragm. So what's this third part? Which is something we don't normally think about, okay? So it's actually the muscle in between each rib. We'll call it intercostal muscle. It has the external one and internal one. It's just beautiful design. Someone with mighty power created this body, right? So inhale, the external intercostal muscle, kind of like a V, okay? So you can see the diaphragm draws air down deep, then you fill the air all the way up. But softly, the air is really soft, so don't force it, okay? So now breathe. So it looks like a little flower ready to bloom up. Nice and gentle, that's inhale. On the exhale, the diaphragm goes up. So intercostal muscle is opposite direction. So it's like push the carbon dioxide out. So you want to get rid of the used up, right? And so now you have room for the air comes in, right? The old goes out, the new comes in, so you don't clean up, right? You can't have room for the new. So those are so important, so that intercostal muscle doing such a beautiful job harmonized with the diaphragm. Later on, I'm going to talk about your core muscle too. So now, let's experience that, right? How our intercostal muscle is working. So I'm going to use a scarf, okay, to show you. the other fact, okay, it's a little fun fact. Each minute we take about 12 to 16 breaths. So throughout the day, 24 hours, we almost took more than 20,000 breaths. So we really need to know how it works, right? So that's building knowledge. The more knowledge and understand what you own, you have better appreciation and gratitude to your life, so you don't complain so much. Okay, that's important, right? Here you go. I'm going to show you. You can pause the video if you on the YouTube or if you know how with the Instagram too. Pause it, get a scarf, or just watch the whole thing, then do again. Okay, so hopefully you remember. And you're going to get a scarf. Gentlemen, some of you say, oh, I don't have a scarf. Use the belt. Here we go. I'm going to sit down. So you don't have to worry about balancing yourself, right? So I'm going to sit right on the chair, but my sit bone is in toward the front. I'm not leaning back, because why? I want to use my core muscle, which are all on the trunk, front and back and side, okay? That support myself. If I have a good posture, I can breathe better. If I slouch, okay, I feel the air goes in my stomach, which is not right? But it feels that way. Sometimes just because it feels that way, it might not be right. So we're always looking for the truth. Here we go. Once you have a life, it's easier, okay? Finding the truth, so you don't fool yourself. Here you go. Ready? Nice and tall. Okay, I'm gonna pull the TheraBand, but this is not TheraBand. I usually do TheraBand with my clients, so the work come in. So now you're gonna make a little tighter so you can feel you can feel the ribcage, especially the side and back, because it's a little lower. Okay, front is so much higher. So you're gonna feel the back and side. Okay, tight a little bit. Okay, nice and tall, right? Your head suspend from above. Now, ready? Inhale. Can you feel that ribcage expand? That's intercostal. Exhale. That's internal intercostal, shrinking the lung. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. So, oh my goodness, I can feel those muscles I don't pay attention to. Inhale. And exhale. Those are the real gift you have. Get to know. So that's how the lung expand, right? With the intercostal muscle, sometimes it's accordion. So that is the accordion. So inhale and exhale. The deeper you breathing, right? You want to learn how to deep breath. You're going to learn how to breathe deeply, practice. And months from now, each time you take a breath is much deeper than a month before, because you build the capacity of your lungs. Your brain cell take 20% of the oxygen of the rest of the body. So you have to provide that oxygen by breathing properly. Plus, when you practice the deep breathing, guess what? You start creating, you stimulate the serotonin, which is what? Calming hormone. People say, okay, take a deep breath. Don't get so frustrated. But I say, I don't know how to take a deep breath because I'm so mad right now. So I'm teaching you right now. Calm down, use the breath. Use your lungs, subdue the heart fire. That's a Chinese Qigong thing, such a beautiful poetry. Use your lungs, subdue the heart fire. Don't get too angry. So that's the normal breathing, the natural breathing, because I don't have to think about my tummy or anything, because this goes in the lungs. Now I'm going to use that into a next part we call the normal abdominal breathing. So today's lesson is actually breath work, the fundamental breath work, level 1. Okay. In 2 weeks, I'm going to show you the level 2, because next week I want to bring into walking. How you breathing and walking same time, it's amazing. Okay, so just wait for next week. Now we're going to talk about normal abdominal breathing. The abdominal, you use your abdominal on the exhale. So it's almost like a sit-ups. So the transverse abdominal, okay, wrap all the way around. You got 4-layer abdominal muscle. The transverse, a deep one, I call the core of the core muscle. So when all your abdominal muscle, when you contract, it actually go inward. It doesn't go out, go in. The reason your tummy goes out because you lost the fiber, the tone. the muscle tone is lost. So we want to bring back just by doing breathing, okay? So right here. So I put my hands right here. If I squeeze my pelvic floor, it's actually a lift. I can feel my first responder is a nickname. I love to give a nickname so it's easy for you to remember. It goes inward, okay? You go. So I use the pursed lip, push the air out, so my tummy act like the bellow at the fireplace, right? Go. Guess what? And diaphragm is going up. And intercostal muscle contract. See how wonderful they harmonize together? You got to know them, okay? So right now. So 4. That's what's for, okay? So now, put it together slowly, okay? Inhale, I feel the lungs. I say, oh yeah, I can feel it. Exhale, pelvic floor, hollow your tummy. You feel the carbon dioxide goes out. It's like a chimney through your mouth, goes out. You feel longer, okay? Inhale, you feel the width of the lung. Exhale, you feel the length of your spine. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Now you create lots of space on each individual vertebrae. You will not have this thing we call the degenerated joint or arthritis. There's so many good things come with how to do everything correctly. So now you say, if I don't have the scarf, how can I feel the lung expand? How can I build more? That's when we start holding the breath. Usually at the beginning, I only ask my client or you, hold 3 counts only. Gradually, you can build up to 10 counts, 20 counts. 24 is actually average. And you can work up to 40, but not today, okay? Just practice, then gradually, be patient, you work it up. I will teach you all that later on too, that each week I give you a little more, okay? So we grow together. Okay, inhale, feel the lungs. On the exhale, pursely blow it out, you can feel it. Okay, good. Hold 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, you feel the lungs. Can you feel it really? It's called oxygen hunger. Exhale, pursely blow it out. We're gonna do one more breath, okay? Inhale, to kind of acclimate a little bit. So exhale, sometimes it might be too hard, so just do 2 breaths in between. Now here you go. Inhale, feel the lungs. And exhale. Now we're gonna hold your breath, okay? So hold 1, 2, 3. Slowly inhale. You can feel the intercostal muscle. You can feel your lung expand. You just can't feel the diaphragm. You should not feel the diaphragm. And exhale, relax. So what you do is to tune normal abdominal breathing. And the 3rd breath, you hold 3 counts. After that, you do 2 more, right? Normal abdominal breathing, tummy goes in. And then the 3rd one, you hold 3 counts. That's all you have to do. Okay, just do that. And then throughout the day, you practice again. Don't repeat that 10 times. You might end up on the floor because too much oxygen going in your brain cell, you're not using it. So do that interval twice, that's it. And then the end, when you're waiting for something, you do it 1 more time. So throughout the day, you can repeat 2, 3 times. So what happened? Remember I say you build the capacity of your lungs. Now if your lungs, the oxygen is there, your brain cell is really happy. You will stay young. You're preventing what? Alzheimer and Parkinson. So can you see how important breath is now? Do it right, okay? When you do it right, you reap the benefit. So check my book, One Body, One Life, Within Your Control. Most important part in my book is all this missing fundamental is all in there. It has 19 QR code for video for you to watching and learn at the same time. And my website is heightsofwellness.com, of course. And you check the website, you can find weekend immersive workshops that you can come to my studio. We study together and I help you how to do it correctly and ask me lots of questions so we can have a wonderful conversation about your health. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much. You take good care. I'll see you next week. Bye.